The desert, with its vast open spaces and serene silence, offers a unique tranquility. The sweeping dunes and clear skies create a sense of calm, easing the mind and melting away stress. The stark beauty of the landscape focuses our attention, sharpening our senses to the subtle details around us. The warm sun and dry air invigorates our body, leaving us feeling refreshed and revitalized. In the desert, we find a profound peace that renews our spirit and reconnects us with nature's raw, powerful essence.
Alright, so we're going camping for the night. We're just going to run down here. It's within 40 minutes of my house, so we should get up into some cooler weather. I know a lot of people around town definitely are looking for that cooler weather, but we should get into some cooler weather. But more importantly, we're going to get out of the rat race of people. I've had enough people for a couple weeks. It's been a couple weeks since I've been out camping, but hopefully this will get us done really quick like. So right now we're just trying to make our way out of town and get us to where we need to be. It's pretty packed, so hopefully we can get past all the people here quickly. Alright, so we made it through town. Thank God. It's been a lot of traffic for the little town I live in. I guess you can call it little. There's probably 40,000, but that's it. It's a little for Utah, I guess. No, it's not. Anyways, made it through town. We're headed out now. I think where we're going to try and get to is about 40 miles from my door, from my driveway. So we got a little bit to go. Once we got out of town, we realized as we started driving here, it is windy. Oh, buddy, it's windy. So, should be an interesting night. Last time I was camping down here, it was absolutely atrociously windy. And there was a threat of rain last time, so I had to leave the rain fly on the tent. But I may take it off tonight and check out the stars while I'm trying to sleep. As I'm falling asleep, let me rephrase that. So, we're making our way now. We're just leaving Tooele, Utah, and we're gonna hit Stockton and down to Vernon area and end up in the old Pony Express route a little bit. So, and then we're gonna cut off that. So, should be a good, nice time. So we made it to the turnoff. Off the main highway. Now we got 10 or so miles to go in. First things first, I'm gonna pull over and air down, and I'll get that done. We'll get aired down. Shouldn't take me, well, I'll show you guys. It won't take me very long at all, because I got these neat little Terraflex wheels where I just turn the valve, they'll open up, and then from there I'll leave them open till I get off this road, and I will make it to the next turnoff, and that's where I'll close them, because this road's not too bad. It's not going to bump a ton of air out. That's the one thing about these, is that if you leave them open, they will actually every time you hit a bump, they'll release a little bit more air each time. So they're preset to 15, but if you hit a bump, it puts a little more pressure on them, and they become not 15 anymore. So yeah. All right, we're good. Let's go find us a camp spot for the night. Yeah, we're gonna try and get up here and get out of the wind as best we can. I'm not sure how that's gonna go, but that is the goal, is to get up here, get out of the wind, and see what we got. So Now it's just slow going until we find a place to camp. Well, we're still out looking for a camp spot. We've been out here for about 30 minutes. So goes how it goes sometimes when you're looking in a new area. You can look at things on maps and, try and evaluate elevations as best you can, and, slope of the ground. And I found an absolutely amazing view and a nice clear spot to camp. The problem is according to the Jeep, we're looking at 15 degrees of incline. So I mean, I can dig it out and stuff like that, but there's a lot of area up here. So we're actually going to try a couple more locations here and see if that goes. We got 2 hours for sundown, so if it gets too bad, I can camp on the side of the road right here. We're pretty far back in here. Not many people are going to come back up in here so we're going to give it a shot and try and press on. But yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous, but just couldn't get it flat enough. So I see an area right over here I kind of want to check out, and I think this road goes over there, and it looks like it's right on top of this little knoll. A couple of pinyon trees and juniper trees on top. So a couple of cedar trees. So we're gonna head over there, and that's where we're headed right now. And if it looks even remotely decent, we're gonna camp there, because I want to kind of want to get set up so I can. I mean, this is relaxing. Don't get me wrong. Driving around, this is my sanctuary, if you will. Just being out in the desert, it soothes the soul of dealing with people. So I'm out here by myself. Oh, this is a good little hill, and it just recharges my social battery, for lack of a better term here. So, but I'm not alone. I got your mom. Your mom's always with me. So, for those of you who don't know, that's my Jeep. My Jeep is your mom. All right. So, we found a decent place to camp. It's kind of in the flat. I just needed to get out, so I wasn't too particular. But we do have an incredible view. It's in a nice flat, so I don't have to worry about, whatever. But I was hoping for more trees, but we got a couple, and it's the whole perks of having the awning, right? The awning, the tent. I don't necessarily need the trees, so should be a good night. So I'm gonna get camp set up. This is what it's like. First things first, we gotta get the tent set up. And today we're going to take the rain fly off because there is definitely no threat of rain. We are going to get some wind though, and I don't want to hear it flapping all night long. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Easy peasy. This will tuck right up in there. This will also tuck up in there. Now we gotta put the poles on. Since I got the new rack, some of these are a little more difficult to get to, even for my height. And I'm 6'5", so some of them get to be a little challenging. But I can always stand on the tire if I need to. Can always climb in the bed of the truck. Stand on the rails if I need to. I don't need that one since we're not having the rain fly. This usually goes in the rain fly. Get this one done up. Apparently it was a little moist. As you can hear, it sounds like it was stuck to itself a little bit. So this tent has a, I don't know, a skylight for lack of a better term. And we'll get that opened up tonight. We'll leave the doors closed, but it does have windows, so we'll use those. But from here, I mean, we'll get the chair out and talk a little bit about really just relaxing. That's what I'm out here for, is to relax and recharge the battery. So I'll recharge, maybe cook. I don't know if I'll cook tonight. I mean, I got plenty of food to cook. I just don't know if I'm hungry. So that's where we're at. Get the table set up. This chair a little bit so the table sits a little flatter. Get one of the most important things out and get this put up. And I've actually fitted my bed rack with a flag holder because that's hardcore and I freaking love it. If you don't like it, this channel's not for you. All right, so we got to get out a couple more essentials. The next one's going to be the Devos light. It's over here charging on the solar battery right now, so we'll get the tripod, the tree pod set up so we can have some light for tonight. And we'll let it continue to charge. But, all right, so I want to talk a little bit about gear that you guys take. So I know for me, I kind of like to take as absolute little as possible. So on a trip like this, it's overnight. Now, I do have a stove. I have plenty of water. I have the fridge. I have extra clothes. I have plenty of food. I have a bunch of those kind of like they're called peak, but they're just like freeze-dried food. I carry those a lot for emergency type stuff, like we get stuck out here for an extra day, so I need an extra day's worth of food. But I always overpack, but I try to make it as minimal as possible. I've got extra blankets in case it gets wicked cold for some reason. I don't know why. So I got, a bunch of extra stuff, but I mean, my core stuff that I pack is going to be basically, the tent, the light, camera gear, extra water, extra food, the stove, some dishes and utensils. But other than that, I mean, it's just kind of hit or miss for a lot of it. But those are the actual essentials that I do pack. Let me know in the comments what you guys decide you guys like to pack. And guys, don't forget, if you like the videos, share them with your friends. Subscribe, like them. Definitely helps us out. And let us know what you guys want to see as far as merchandise, like t-shirts or hoodies or hats or socks or whatever. So, all right, question answer time. More so question. Where did the stigma that overlanders can't drive come from? I honestly don't know. That's why I'm asking. I do know some that cannot drive for crap. I also know some that are very well when it comes to driving. They drive very well. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. So, I'm also going to take this video with my phone here because this is absolutely amazing. Yeah, you're going to have my camera involved in this, my little GoPro that I'm doing a question and answer with. No, but like, where did that stigma or that whatever come from that overlanders can't drive? I don't know. I do know that overlanders are very interesting when it comes to filming videos. Holy cow. I don't understand a lot of it, but a lot of it is wild. I mean, I don't want to say I don't understand it. I understand why they do some of the things they do. It's to get the likes and the clicks. I think ultimately that's what we all want, I guess. I just want enough people to watch my videos that I don't have to work. But this is where I come to think about stuff like that. I honestly don't know if I would be even able to show you guys in video how amazing the view is. I'm gonna try. I don't think you'll see it on the GoPro, so we're gonna try with a different camera. This is my view right here. And it is utterly amazing right now. So, conversation. So that's the first question I always ask, or I always think about is, where did that stigma come from? The next question I always think about is, how, like, I make decent money. I'm not rolling in dough, but I'm above average, I would say. How do you guys afford all this crap? Like, honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea how you guys afford it. I just don't know. You know, I just don't understand sometimes how you guys can afford all this crap. Like, not only buying the vehicle, making the upgrades, because no matter what vehicle you buy, you're going to have to make upgrades. But then you're adding all this stuff to it to get out and see these amazing places. Like a tent or, your fridge. And these things can go from, on the cheap end, if you do a rooftop tent type stuff, on the cheap end, you could be into it $1,500 for a tent and a rack. If you have an SUV, maybe $1,000 for a cheap side tent. But some of these guys are putting these camper systems on that are going into $20,000. And I guess if that's the only thing you have that you're interested in, that is your hobby, that is your livelihood, I guess I can kind of see that, But that doesn't even include paying for the trips to go. like, unfortunately, I just had to cancel the trip to the PNW Overland Expo. I had to cancel my trip, not everybody's trip. I didn't cancel the expo, although I wish it'd be kind of cool to have that power, but I had to cancel my trip to the PNW Expo just for financial reasons, but we were going to spend, a week on the coast in Oregon and bypass all the crappy parts of Oregon, but we were going to spend a lot of time in Oregon and the Pacific Northwest and doing some wheeling up there, and now I'm going to have to go do it at a different time. But that's cool. We can always do that whenever. But, then it's maintenance and upkeep on a lot of this stuff. And it's like, how is it that everybody can afford this? I honestly don't know. I would love for somebody to explain that to me. And maybe, maybe I'm just bad with money. That very well could be the reason. I'm bad with money. But I mean, when Chris from Crawl Already and I were rock crawling and competing in that, every month we were headed to a different state to rock crawl. We've been to Utah, Colorado, Washington, Arizona. Now I've gone, and New Mexico. And like, not only buying the vehicle again, but also upkeep. This is competition rock crawling. Stuff breaks quite a lot. So you're upgrading constantly to a stronger, better component as things break, but you're buying, if you're staying like a stock class, you're buying a $5,000 Jeep only to turn around and dump 15 grand into it with, transfer case axles, lockers if you need it, or whatever. Like, that kind of money just doesn't grow on trees. I don't know. If you know how, let me know, because I'd love to know. It sure is amazing out here tonight. It's beautiful. According to the old Apple Watch, it's 84 degrees. It's 8:10 in the evening, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's exactly what I needed. Well, I'm going to put... we are back in the truck. It is 5:13 in the morning, and welcome to Utah, where the wind can be a complete a-hole sometimes. It's probably blowing 30 miles an hour constant with gusts to 40 sometimes. It's probably closer to 20 with gusts to 30. It's blown enough that I got a little nervous from a cheaper tent. It's not one of those $4,000 or $5,000 rooftop tents. This is a reason I would like a wedge tent, just so I could park, into the wind. It was a little breezy last night, but I knew which way it was coming, and I knew which way it was going to come this morning. I just didn't know it was going to be that brutal. So we got up, put the tent down in between major gusts, and from there I'm going to do the same thing with the cover, try and get the cover on in between major gusts, and hopefully that will be the end of her. I'm gonna try and set you guys up for maybe a sunrise pic or something. That'd be cool. Sunrise slow motion off the hood. I don't know. Gotta figure it out. But that's where we ended up this morning. Brutal morning.
Thanks again for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, that's awesome. So what the goal was with this video, this was a quick trip for us. We just needed to get out and we needed to, refresh the body so that we could deal with the next week of work. That's a tough thing for me sometimes. So it requires me getting out. Hope you enjoy it.